here. Round 8. Both our players are 5-0 and 2.
Dude,
oh,
that's not real.
No.
That's not real. The opening hand was draw pass, and there was nothing to work with there. I don't even know if there's anything for the next turn.
I don't even know if there's going to be a next turn. Ross has a pretty stellar hand here.
Shoes into the dark energy. One of the best discards you can
Drawing
find.
into the moon. Has the battle VIP pass. Professor Sada's Vitality.
You want to just call it?
It's rough. Is there an energy in hand as well?
I believe so.
So you can go ahead and battle VIP pass for Radiant Greninja, see a couple more cards.
Yep, guaranteed 2 dark energies will be in the discard pile. If you have the Sada and the attachment, I think you're there.
Oh, yeah,
Is
attachment.
Yeah, with the Radiant Greninja, you're...
Well, no, you can only attach to one of each, so you need an energy switch.
You're right.
Ross does have a very good chance to finish things off. Does more Pekko get there? Is Cresselia weak to dark, right? Yeah.
You're gonna make me pull this up again.
No. yeah. Cresselia's weak to dark.
Yes.
There we go. So more Pekko could even get there, needing just an energy switch. And finding that Squawkabilly EX with its Squawk and Seize could be a great way to do just that.
Yep, still obviously plenty ways to draw. Not only the supporter to draw, but the Squawkabilly can do that. If you can play the hand down even lower, you have the ability on your Mew to draw some additional cards, up to 3.
Ancient Booster Energy Capsule on that Roaring Moon. But we're going to see the Professor's research here. Ross going the old-fashioned way with Dark Patch, maybe.
Not found yet, but there is a Pokestop to go along with this.
Found a bunch of energy switch.
You have to consider if you're able to play your hand down any further before this, but ultimately just looking to find the patch.
Palpad, a Battle VIP pass.
You get to keep them all.
Draw 3, not bad.
And not only does this find some additional Pokemon, but the thinning is so important here. You can...
Oh, well, this just gets it. Galarian Moltres V.
Yes.
Go ahead and Dire Flame Wings. Get that dark energy from the discard. Energy switch to Morpeko. Retreat with that Mew EX. And just like that, Ross wins game 1 in a very hard matchup with just after a pass from Michael.
All right. I see you. The fates definitely not aligning over there for Michael, and wow. I mean, you get the matchup you're looking for. You're in a great spot. You get to play on stream. It's your first year in Masters. You have this big opportunity, and then you see that hand. That can rattle a player.
Yeah. Michael Meal was trying to cook, but the stove wasn't on.
I mean, he had no food, no nothing.
Yeah.
There's just pebbles in a pan. it was looking rough.
All right. What do you think Michael's trying to find this game too, Kyle?
Well, they have this new thing in the game called Basic Pokemon. And,
that's new?
At least one of those would be great to go on that bench that we have over here.
It would help out a little bit, yeah.
I think there's something about just shaking off the fact that you're occasionally going to get hands like that with Gardevoir. It's known to potentially give up one of the 3 games like this, but you do need to be familiar with the amount of time that you have to work with. Yes, this only took, what, 3-4 minutes, but Gardevoir takes its time winning games, so I would like to see the pace of play from Michael. Be quick. Obviously, it hasn't been up to him. He's played 4 seconds of Pokemon so far. But something to look out for here in Game 2.
Yeah, I would have loved to see the actual hand that Michael had. That he just passed with.
I can't remember all the cards, but I saw like Counter Catcher and Sadness. And I was like, oh yeah, we're doomed.
Now, with this game, it does look like Ross is going first here. Trying to prevent that turn 1 knockout. Ooh, this hand is almost, again, just Sadness from Michael here. That's a level ball in hand, but it's just Gardevoir and energy.
It's the Counter Catcher Sadness again. No.
Meanwhile, Ross starts that Battle VIP pass, such a powerful item in this format. Pretty much anytime you get to play it, you're going to have a good time.
Yeah, and a lot of players are looking forward to that card going away. it's been a card that's obviously made so many decks consistent, but when you don't have this resource, you can feel it. It is not good to draw this card turn 2 through 18, and if you don't have it on turn 1, your hand usually stinks.
What deck has 18 turns, Kyle? Snorlax?
Yes, ask Cal Connor. He's probably played plenty of turns here.
Ross going to take a look through the deck to make sure you know every card that is in the prize cards. And now eyes down that Roaring Moon EX and potentially something else fun to go along with it. Squawkabilly or Radiant Greninja could be the choice. Or just Galarian Moltres V.
Yeah, there's something to say for playing a slower approach, going first in this matchup. Obviously, you don't need the aggression, and you're going to have the ability to accelerate these energies and at least attack with the Morpeko, take a knockout, and then continue to draw later on. So avoiding benching those low hit point 2-price Pokemon might be beneficial down the road when you know that that's the whole comeback mechanism of Gardevoir.
Energy on the Morpeko for the turn. And I think we're just going to see a pass. Not the best hand from Ross, but does have a judge for his second turn of the game. Meanwhile, Michael draws into Ultra Ball, has that Ralts. So could be setting up a potential Mirage Step angle on the following turn.
Yeah, I think if you didn't have all of this Pokemon search, there'd be some debate to whether you have to search out the Mew and go for a different angle. But when you see the Ultra Ball, this likely means that you could go for another Ralts and then just pass the turnover, let your opponent have that one knockout, and then go for the Mirage Step. Obviously, yes, you're going to lose out on 2 prize cards, but it means that you're going to have the perfect setup to go with. And obviously, you just need to make sure those Curlias are all there.
And they are, Kyle.
Woo! Step 1 complete.
Step 2 is keeping this hand, which might not happen with that judge in Ross's hand.
Yeah, that's not a card you're expecting at all. I wouldn't play around that. I'm not expecting Iono or Judge from Ross at all here. Turn 2 is always going to be either that research or the Sadas. So why not?
There's always the option of grabbing a Pokemon and then teleportation burst to it. Kind of save your Ralts from getting knocked out from Morpeko.
Little chip damage?
Little chip Richie damage?
I don't hate it. There's nothing else to do on this turn, really.
Michael does opt for a third Ralts here and still has potential for a good Mirage Step turn.
Yeah, certainly a slower approach from both players. There's not much that you need to do as Ross. You're just going to attach energy, take knockouts, and your job is to not put too many resources down that Michael can take advantage of here. And I guess we're going to miss out on 10 damage.
No! Ooh, Professor's Research off the top for Ross here. Could be a decision. Would have to get rid of a few resources here, and yep, opts for the judge. Might as well get rid of that ham that Michael was preparing for the big Mirage Step. Had Ultra Ball to be able to find it.
Yeah, this has to be a surprise for Michael to see this judge here in a deck that's built for speed. And I mean, this once more, you've seen 2 hands now that weren't the greatest starts. And you have to think, I'm going to see 5 cards. if they don't include anything that searches out this Curlia or the Curlia itself, maybe this is the end of me sitting in this chair.
Or if you draw multiple Curlia.
Oh, yeah, that's the worst. Why would you say that? Why would you say that? Well, I guess he's going that strategy. Double refinement in the hands.
I'm sorry, Kyle.
I mean, if you're going to draw 1, at least draw 2, I guess.
Yeah.
You can just go for the Super Rod approach.
And here we see that Energizer Wheel yet again taking the knockout. This time it's on a Ralts. And Michael draws Iono for the turn.
Now you start to wonder. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. There was even debate if you want to evolve one of them to try to help you draw, because you could see that being potential. But knowing that there's 2 Refinement Curlias on the bottom of the deck, Makes you feel pretty good about not drawing into one here.
Level ball or ultra ball will
he
do
draws
it.
into one
Oh,
here. No. What is happening?
And we're going to see Radiant Greninja concealed cards.
Do you want to see the Fog Crystal first? I think I do.
No, you don't want to shuffle those Curlia.
But I don't know. This is tough.
One last chance here with Refinement to find that Mirage Step Curlia here.
Oh, no.
How about an Artisan Battle VIP Pass?
More ways to find basic Pokemon in that Artisan.
Well, you got to go the old-fashioned route. Fog Crystal here is going to find another Ralts. It's even available to him.
Opportunity to retreat into the Mew. Maybe then find a card like Level Ball. You can evolve this Curlia, the Ralts into Curlia, and then continue to draw. And just go the old-fashioned route. Evolve all these Pokemon instead of using the Mirage Step. But I mean, this is nightmare fuel. you don't want to be drawn like this here.
And definitely missed the step here.
Ouch.
All right, retreat into the Mew. Mysterious Tail is going to take a look at the top 6 cards here. Can Michael find that Level Ball or Ultra Ball now? Oh, we got an Ultra Ball.
Okay.
This will help thin the hand out of that Battle VIP Pass. And potentially a boss's orders, maybe Collapse Stadium. I mean, am I just missing something? Is 2 Ralts prized?
I think there's one, but one got knocked out.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. One of the prizes, one got knocked out.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to avoid getting frazzled in a spot like this. You can't find any of the right cards in the right order. You continue to draw into the Curlias, and even when you have an opportunity to get the 3 Ralts / Curlia into play here, it's not available because of your prize cards.
Well, here is the Ultra Ball for Curlia. Michael's going to have another refinement available to him. And it's still not looking bad. It would be bad if there's a boss's orders from Ross's side of things on the following turn, but doesn't even use the refinement here. Values those cards in hand too much.
Yeah, I mean, it's boss's orders in
Avery.
That's really got to be sounding the alarms over in Ross's head. Of wait, you have 2 cards in hand. And you're okay.
What do those alarms sound like?
Wee woo.
All right. Trekking Shoes does its best and finds a Dark Energy off the top of the deck after discarding one that will enable Dark Patch or Dire Flame Wings. Yep. Ross has access to that for Sealstone as well.
You see the fanning of the discard pile. You know that the energies are soon to follow.
Well, Ross is going to do a little shopping maybe. That town store stadium being played. Allow you to search your deck for any tool card, put it in your hand. You can see that Ancient Booster Energy Capsule.
Yep, once more, just a spot where you continue to apply pressure where you can, but the Pokemon you're attacking with, it feels weird. You don't want to promote this 3 energy Pokemon, taking this knockout and potentially walking into a trap with reversal energies. It seems like a way that you could definitely lose a step here.
But here we see boss's orders found off that 4 Sealstone. This is going to enable Ross to bring up that Curlia with an energy and take a knockout.
Yeah, it seems pretty great. Already down what will be now 2 Ralts. Really needs to find a Super Rod in order to get some additional resources back into the deck. When you have 1 Gardevoir to work with, it's like you have no Gardevoir to work with. Because yes, you can get the EX, and then you can attack with what? Scream Tail? That sounds fun. But after that, that Pokemon gets knocked out and you lose. And if you go for the other Gardevoir, Shining Arcana, you have 0 energy acceleration. And you're not going to get the job done.
Well, here is that boss's orders. Calamity Storm taking the knockout. No discard of the stadium. And level ball off the top.
Level ball.
Do you know what that finds? A Jirachi right now.
Yeah, there's
A Manaphy.
Mirage Step.
Discards it with the refinement. Super Rod found off the top.
I was about to make that point.
Oh.
You have to play to those unique outs in this spot, and now you don't get to draw into this when you find the Super Rod, the miracle Super Rod here.
Yeah, is there also benefit to using Mysterious Tail before Super Rod? Just because you're shuffling back in 3 Pokemon?
Yeah, definitely. At this point now, the item cards that you will find, it's a slimmer chance regardless, but finding the one that you're looking for specifically is even more difficult. I don't see where Avery or Boss is a bigger resource than those cards right now.
Well, 3 cards off the Avery. Iono, Psychic Energy. This enables concealed cards to dig a little bit further. Battle VIP Pass and Curlia. Now Mysterious Tail finishing things off. Top 6.
Wow.
Counter Catcher, that's not going to do it.
I mean, you played all the outs here. Potential to slow down your opponent in any way, avoid any knockout. Counter Catcher can maybe provide that answer.
One important thing to mention to y'all at home. Ross, we already said he's 19 Worlds invites, looking for that 20th at 357 championship points.
Okay.
A little bit more work to do, but if anyone can do it, it's definitely Ross.
I'm still halfway through the season. I feel like we're still waiting for that breakout once more where he reminds us who he is, as he always does. I feel like we have a couple tournaments a year like that where Ross does just that, but this is all Ross right now. There's nothing going right for Michael. If the other boss's orders is found in this situation and you remove that Curlia from play.
Thankfully for Michael, I don't think that's possible with the hand that Ross has. Already used that Forest Seal Stone the previous turn to find that boss's orders, and is looking to just thin the deck out of the second one here. Has the energy in hand to retreat, and you can go ahead and grab it back with that Dire Flame Wings. You even have a couple Dark Patches to go along with it. It is looking very rough, though.
Yeah, no complaints on Ross's side. You don't need much from this point. You even see the escape rope in hand, too, so potential option there to save some of the energies. Obviously, you can get that energy back, so maybe this is an opportunity where you choose to retreat instead. Oh, well, we know where the boss's orders is now, and that has to give Michael a glimmer of hope.
Ross only playing 2 copies of boss's orders in this list. Does have access to a PAL pad, I believe. Yeah. I think this hand, you even have escape rope. It just depends on if you think taking the knockout on that Scream Tail is a little bit better than taking the knockout on the Mew.
Seems like the option here. And Michael immediately identifies which Pokemon he is comfortable losing. Any Pokemon that draws cards needs to stick around here.
I guess you can Energizer wheel yet again with Energy Switch. Take the knockout on Scream Tail. It's weak to dark, so Morpeko coming in clutch yet again.
Oh, yeah. Give him a treat.
Give him a tree. Because it's force. Yeah,
yeah, we got there. Nice one, Jeremy. All right.
Speaking of not getting there.
This needs to be a good Iono. We've seen the Super Rod already. It's shuffled in some pieces. Now you need to find all of them off the top.
6 cards. 3 Gardevoir. Wow. In the 6. Battle VIP Pass go along with it. Ultra Ball and a Psychic Energy. Counter Catcher found yet again. That's not really going to do anything here. Refinement, discard Battle VIP Pass. Gardevoir, Ralts.
Okay. Ralts was found. Can continue to look with the Mysterious Tail. There's even Pokestop.
Rare candy's not useful right now, but potentially in the future, if there's a future.
Looking for a future, absolutely.
Well, you got all your evolutions.
Yep. Where do you go from here? Your options, you can evolve into Shining Arcana, draw more cards. You can evolve into the most dangerous target, which is the Gardevoir EX. Sure, there are 2 bosses in the discard pile. You're unsure of the counts, though. It may be 3. We've seen catchers in decks like these before. But what do you even attack with? You can accelerate these energies, but you certainly don't want to attack with Gardevoir EX.
There
You'll be knocked out immediately.
There is a Zacian V in the list.
You'll be knocked out immediately.
Well, yeah, but with combination of counter catcher, that Gardevoir EX, bring up that Roaring Moon, take the knockout. That's 300 or 290 HP on that Roaring Moon, though, with that Ancient Booster.
Yeah, this seems like that pivotal turn where this pass hurts the most. 3 prize cards for Ross. If you're able to take a knockout here and have 2 fully loaded Pokemon, it seems like you're going to find an answer to close out. And is there strats? Is there Mew copy Greninja stuff we could do? Or
Well, with the boss's orders.
can we pal pad that? That would be the coolest way to close out here.
Energy switch moves an energy to that new Roaring Moon EX. We're going to see a restart from this Mew EX here. Draw 3 cards.
Give him a pal pad.
I think he drew? Oh, no. Okay. Dark Patch, Professor Sada's Vitality, Ultra Ball are the cards for Ross. Still has access to the Pokestop. All right. Well, that's just not helpful.
I mean, you're throwing away Dark Energy. Sign me up.
This allows Professor Sada's Vitality to be a full use here.
Absolutely no complaints. If you have 2 Roaring Moon ready to go, even the Galarian Moltres, which will soon be charged up too. How do you close out in a situation like this? You need 6 prize cards. Sure, you're trying to incorporate the Shining Arcana Gardevoir into the mix, but you think that there would have to be some insane stall with counter catchers, Screamtail, something.
And everything on Ross's board can just retreat easily.
Yeah. Yep. He is prepared for all of these. When you've been playing as long as he has, he knows all of the win conditions, and he's not going to leave any of those windows open.
Again, just playing the cards to thin out as best as possible, because when your opponent's playing 4 Iono and hasn't really played one other than that opening turn, kind of expect it to come.
Well, looks like we're not going to see any more energies. Not seeing those 9 in the list.
Yeah, it's interesting seeing Ross playing just the Dark Energies, going straight consistent Roaring Moon. We have seen lists try to utilize Moonlight Shuriken from Radiant Greninja with its water energies, utilize Ampu very much with Iron Hands EX, sometimes even both.
I mean, it starts to take on many different forms, and ultimately all of those forms leave it slightly less consistent, even though you do have more reach. And Ross tends to enjoy the consistency. That's how you get to potentially 20 World Championships.
Dark Patch is going to charge up that Roaring Moon EX with the 3rd energy, and now Ross has a pretty commanding board here. He's able to Calamity Storm, take a knockout yet again, going down to 2 prize cards. And Michael is up against the world here.
Yep, obviously Rare Candy Gardevoir, Shining Arcana Gardevoir as well. The attack, the knockout should be lined up. I don't know how many Psychic Energies we've thrown away in this mix, but it feels like it's gotten closer.
Yeah, you also have to worry about that Ancient Booster Energy Capsule as well, increasing the HP for that Roaring Moon. Something that this Shining Arcana Gardevoir struggles to get to without Reversal Energy.
Option to pull an additional Pokemon if you like with the Ultra Ball before the Iono. Doesn't seem to be that important here though, so throw those cards to the bottom. At this point, probably going to be looking for one of those 2 copies of Reversal Energy.
Here's 6 cards for this Iono and a couple of Battle VIP pass found. Does grab that reversal energy, though.
Ooh, finds the psychic energy, too.
That's pretty good.
An additional energy to accelerate, or you could also keep that in the hand and throw that away with the Radiant Greninja if you value the card draw more.
I think there's only 5 in the discard, so with this discard from the concealed cards, you get to that 6 number, which is perfect for this Gardevoir, along with that reversal energy. We'll be able to take the knockout on Roaring Moon. And here we go, Psychic Embrace. There's 8.
Building your way up at this point.
Able to do 300 damage at the cost of 100 damage on yourself. So normally be a pretty good position, except you're down 2 to 6 prize cards right now.
Yep. And, I mean, you see Michael playing to all the outs, even use the Lost Vacuum, remove the Pokestop. Potentially, that would be a way to slow down Ross, avoid these energies being accelerated or whatever it may be. But the issue that we have is inevitability. That Galarian Moltres will continue to fuel these energies. In the hand, we see Ultra Ball, so you could play all these cards down, the hand down to 0, and use your restart ability.
Going to take a quick look at Emergency Jelly. Not really going to be doing too much on that Mew, but again, we've seen it be a pretty good inclusion in this metagame.
It's only familiar with Emergency Peanut Butter.
Yeah.
You never know when you're going to need to make a sandwich. If Miraidon and Koraidon have taught us anything, it's that.
I love you, Kyle. All right, we have quick shuffle after what I believe was an Ultra Ball.
Yep, burn the hand at this point. You can refresh that hand up to 3 now. And ultimately, it's mainly just an energy at this point. Makes you feel pretty strong about your spot.
Do you even need an energy?
Well, the energy for the Galarian Moltres means that you have 2 fully charged attackers that go unchecked at this point.
Well, you just Dire Flame Wings, but Ross finds the Dark Patch anyway. Here's Professor's Research to go along with it. And yeah, you could see the writing on the wall in Michael's face here.
Yep, still some thinning that could be done. You can play that Pokestop. This is going to act as an additional way to find some resources after a likely Iono that you would expect in a situation like this. Sees the 2 bosses' orders. Maybe the Pal Pad. Yep, the Pal Pad in hand. So not only worried about maybe knocking out the active Pokemon, but maybe if you need to take one of those cheaper prizes down the road, that boss's orders would be an easy way to close out. This is just increasing those percentages ever more.
Now, I like attacking with the Galarian Moltres V this turn.
Yes.
Save that Frenzied Gouging just for an auto KO next turn.
Yep, seems like the strongest play here. And in those situations, it would have to be an additional counter catcher, boss's orders, whatever it may be, in order to take the knockout. Ross disagrees, takes the knockout there.
I mean, I don't think there's any Pokemon in Michael's list that can survive a 190 from this Galarian Moltres V.
Correct, yeah. The acceleration of these energies to knock out the Roaring Moon is going to be too much damage for any Pokemon here. Zacian would be the highest hit points. Michael now has to consider the strategy of just trying to work the Scream Tail counter catcher thing in, realizes there's no Pokemon that you could trap, and that is going to be the game there.
And just like that, Ross Cawthon moving on to 6-0-2, locking up his day 2 spot.